Hello, my name is Candace Johnson, and I serve as a Senior Outreach Counselor for Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, and I'm excited to share with you some tips for a successful FAFSA season. So, let's get started. Tip 1, be informed. So I'm glad you chose to click on this presentation so you can be informed about all things FAFSA and financial aid. So, let's start at the beginning. What is the FAFSA? Well, the FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid, and students are encouraged to complete this form to apply for federal, state, and some institutional financial aid. Here are some of the financial aid options that students can apply for. Grants, need-based money without repayment, scholarships, merit or performance-based money without repayment, work study, need-based campus job where the earnings are paid to students as wages, and federal student loans, money that has to be repaid. Here are some FAFSA basics. So the 2020-2021 FAFSA opens up October 1st, 2019. So our high school graduating class of 2020 is encouraged to complete this FAFSA in October. They should visit FAFSA.gov to start the application. And there's an app. Students can download the My Student Aid app by visiting their app store. They can also search FAFSA and the app will show up. The 2020-2021 FAFSA asks for 2018 income information from the parent and sometimes the student. There's an IRS data retrieval option embedded into the FAFSA. This makes it easier to automatically upload tax information, and most parents and students are able to use this function. Students should include the colleges or universities that they have applied to or are thinking about applying to, and they will add them to their FAFSA application. Last but not least, every student and one parent needs an FSA ID. This serves as the student's login and the student and parent's electronic signature, and students and parents should visit fsaid.ed.gov to create the username and email and password for their FSA ID. Tip 2. Inform and empower your students and families. And this can be done a number of ways. Host a financial aid or FAFSA informational or completion event. Maybe it's during the day or in the evening time. Send out text reminders to the senior class with links to the FAFSA and the FSAID website. As you're sending out those text reminders, be sure to email parents and families so they can also stay informed. And of course, call your kid outreach counselor if you haven't already, and they can talk with you about some options to best serve your students and families. Here are some more tips. Please encourage your students to use a professional or personal email for all things FAFSA in college. As you know, they'll be getting a lot of emails, so we want them to check their email frequently and stay on top of things. After a student submits their FAFSA, they will receive an email from Federal Student Aid with a link to their student aid report. This email usually comes about 1 to 2 days after the FAFSA has been submitted. The student aid report, or SAR, is a summary of the information that's been submitted on the FAFSA. So students and families should check this to make sure they've entered in information correctly. Students can also view their expected family contribution, as well as they'll see an estimate of federal financial aid that they may be eligible for. Some FAFSA applicants will be selected for verification, and this is really just an audit to double check the accuracy of the information that they submitted. Students will receive an email if they are selected for verification and should act promptly. Financial aid will not be dispersed until the verification process is complete. Something else to look out for, of course, is the financial aid award packages from the admitted college. So colleges will start to send this information out. We've seen as early as November, December, but most colleges will send this information out in the springtime. So back to checking that email frequently. Again, we encourage students to do that so they can view the award packages from their admitted colleges or universities. Tip 3, use your resources and share them. Here are some good resources to check out. KDE.com. We feature an entire section on paying for college and have details about the FAFSA process and other financial aid applications that students should check out. As well, once you click on the Counselor tab, you get connected to our order form where you can order our materials and have them shipped directly to your high school. Also, click on the Outreach tab and you can connect directly with the outreach counselor that covers your high school. If you want detailed information about your FAFSA completion rates, your high school's FAFSA completion rates, and also view information about students and whether or not they've completed the FAFSA form or if they have errors, please connect with our KEYS coordinator and FAFSA completion coordinator, Roxanne Lewis. Her email is listed, rlewis@kia.com. The Federal Student Aid has a financial aid toolkit for counselors with plenty of resources. They have literature that's in Spanish, as well as presentations, posters, and social media and YouTube videos to share. The National College Access Network is soon updating their Form Your Future site for this 2020-2021 FAFSA form. They also have pretty neat social media ideas, so definitely check out their website. Each college and university is required to have a net price calculator featured on their website. So students and parents can complete this net price calculator with their financial information and get an estimate on cost of attendance for that particular college or university, as well as an estimate on eligibility for financial aid. Federal Student Aid also has the FAFSA Forecaster, which gives an estimate of expected family contribution and the student's eligibility for federal financial aid. So some great resources to share. So let's review. We encourage you to be informed about all things FAFSA and definitely reach out to your KIA outreach counselor. Inform and empower your students and families, and use your resources and share them. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this presentation. And I have a challenge for you. What is one small step that you can take today to ensure that your students and families have a successful FAFSA season? I'd love to hear from you. So please email me at cjohnson@kheaa.com. And with your permission, I'd like to share them on social media. Thank you again, and happy FAFSA season.